Good evening, I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching, it is appreciated as always. I posted a couple of videos yesterday about the United Kingdom rally down in the capital. My estimates were maybe 250,000 patriots and about 5k from the Stand Up to Racism lefty lunatic mob. That may have been an underestimate on both sides, but I am extremely conservative, so I would always downplay even a large success like the rally yesterday. Let's hear it from the horse's mouth, though. Let's hear it from the idiots at Stand Up to Racism, and let's see what they've got to say to it, because they've come out and they've said it was a resounding defeat at their end. So we're just going to play this video, watch it in its entirety, and I'll be back with you in a minute.
And we've just gotten back from the counter demo against Tommy Robinson. And I think before we go to the lessons, we really have to look at the reality of what this demo was, and that is a pretty humiliating defeat. If we look at the numbers alone, Tommy Robinson's side seems to have gotten around 1 million, and on our side, lucky if it was 15,000, more likely 10,000. So I think maybe if we just start there, like how did we get here?
I mean, before that, like, we have to be clear about this. Like, our side was completely defeated. Tommy Robinson won hands down without even a fight. The reports are different regarding the numbers, but the videos show the police said 100,000. It's obviously had more than that. And our side was totally, the counter demo was small, was really tepid, wishy-washy. And what was also surprising is how confident and emboldened the right was, because the demo was attacked at Whitehall, people were trapped, and, they were ready for showdown.
Wow. That was quite something, isn't it, when you've got the demented leftists actually conceding that they lost on the day, and their crowd was nowhere near as big as our crowd. That's always a victory. That's always a win. So I'm happy with that. I think their estimates on their crowd may be overly ambitious. I'd still say it's about 5,000. However, that's not the bulk of the video. The bulk of the video is the difference between perception and reality, the spin versus the facts regarding the rally yesterday. Sky News, or as I like to call them, Sly News, they put out this clip on social media. This is from Sir Trevor Phillips, so not a nobody, one of their higher-ups, and this is what he had to say about the rally.
Alarming aspect of the event was just how normal the vast majority of the marchers were. I spent an hour or two amongst them, and my own impression was that they were mostly the sort of people you'd meet in a country pub, or in half-time queue for the loo at football or at a concert. There was a sprinkling of black and brown faces, and the event was brought to a close by a gospel group singing Jerusalem. All that must worry the traditional mass parties, Labour and Conservatives, now polling at less than 40% between them. They're draining support to parties like Reform and the Greens. And yet, a man recently out of jail, condemned as an extremist thug by most mainstream media outlets, can rally a demo the size of the entire population of Cambridge or Blackpool. A feat you couldn't imagine either Sir Keir Starmer or Kemi Badenoch pulling off anytime soon. Perhaps the people are sending us all a message. Let's see if anyone at Westminster's listening.
I wouldn't be surprised if Sly News removed Trevor Phillips from their roster after coming out with a fair assessment of the protest yesterday. Of course, that was removed from their social media. I think since then it has been restored. However, the point is they were trying to sell you a narrative which is different from the facts on the ground. And then we look at things like this. This came out from the Prime Minister, and this is specifically why you need to be extremely careful with the legacy media. GB News seems to be alright, more or less, and so do Talk on most of these issues. However, Sky News, ITV, BBC, they're bought and paid for by the establishment. And when I say the Shill Media, what they do is they toe a particular narrative or a party line, and they do that for access to the press events, to the dinner parties, shall we say. This is what Keir Starmer had to say about the protest yesterday. People have a right to peaceful protest. It is core to our country's values. We will not stand for assaults on police officers doing their job, or for the people feeling intimidated on our streets because of their background or the colour of their skin. Of course, if something doesn't fit that narrative, it will be airbrushed out. But I'm here to tell you that there were many people of colour there. Okay, it wasn't all white. Britain is a nation proudly built on tolerance, diversity and respect. No, that's your new Labour interpretation. That's the new Britain that Tony Blair imposed on us without democratic consent. Our flag represents a diverse country and will never surrender to those who use it as a symbol of violence, fear and division. This is the thing that he forgets about the Union Jack, the flag of St Andrew, the flag of St George, the Welsh flag and the Ulster banner. The thing that he doesn't understand is that it's my flag regardless of my political views. Just like it's no end of course, just like it's Keir Starmer's, just like it's every citizen or subject's flag, regardless of how they choose to appropriate the flag. Alright? Your narrow-minded view of what it is to be British doesn't give you a monopoly on patriotism. Quite the opposite. Anyway, it's interesting that he decided to put out that information on the back of this, because we've got some stats. Notting Hill Carnival 2025, 423 arrests. Palestine Action protests, 890. Unite the Kingdom rally, 25 arrests. And there's no official figures on how many patriots were arrested and how many were the Antifa anti-fascist mob. There's no official word on that. So just because there was 25 arrests on the day, minute compared to arrests at the other protests, we don't know actually how many patriots were arrested. My money would be on the majority of those 25 being from the far left anti-fascist mob. That would be where the smart money would be. The Met Police had to pull this, okay? They put out images and footage from the anti-lockdown protests in 2020, and they actually used that footage, and they actually said that this was at the Unite the Kingdom rally yesterday. This is their spin, this is their narrative. Much like the legacy media, they have a narrative they need or should be following, and if they go off script, like Trevor Phillips did this morning, you know he's going to be getting words put in his ear by a superior saying, what the hell are you doing? Why are you backing up the gammons? When, from all I can see, all he's doing is being honest and giving an accurate account of what actually happened, which is what the journalists should be doing. They shouldn't be buying hook, line and sinker any narrative from any establishment, institution like the Met or the British state. Be mindful, question everything, don't take my opinion, don't take what I say verbatim, make up your own mind, look at all of the information, do some critical thinking, do not buy government policy actual statements that they put out, do not buy the legacy media, because the likelihood is, if you do your own research and you dig a little deeper, you'll come to your own conclusions, and it won't be the spin they're trying to put in front of you on tea time dinner or the news. It won't be. It will never be that. Anyway, if you like this video and you think I make some good points, make me aware. Let me know if you went to the rally over the weekend. You let me know if you're going to go to the next one. One thing's for sure, always double and triple check your sources. And if you don't believe the sources, go in person. I would wager you'll be safer at one of these Unite the Kingdom rallies than walking around in Knightsbridge in this day and age with a mobile phone in hand. Have a good day.